on skilling, capacity building, and workforce strengthening, which is what we are talking about here. It's really bringing those elements together. Next. This is the full lineup. As you can see, myself and the others will be speaking short five minutes sessions to give you the background, give you the focus areas, all the perspectives from 360 degrees. And then Ankit spends 20 minutes walking you through the platform in terms of registrations, in terms of any questions that you might have, and the kinds of courses and content. And just to let you know, we have more than, I think, Ankit, is it correct, more than 2,000 registrations already on the platform?
Yes, that's correct. We have hit 2,220 already.
Wonderful. All right. So maybe the demonstration session is not even needed, but I would imagine that 2,000 will easily go to 20,000 and 200,000. After all, we are a 200 million person plus country. So, and these are almost all of them are free courses, and it's really meant for you. And the minister has made it very clear, bring access rapidly to as many people as possible. Okay, next. All right, to understand, just before we jump in, this will help you all understand who's actually present over here. We are already at 200 plus people. I imagine it will probably go up further yet. So, all right, so who are these 200 plus people? Can we launch the poll? It'll take you less than 2 minutes to complete. Just answer these quick questions. Where are you based? Which stakeholder group? Team, we should also ask about gender. That's one of our objectives. It's missing over here in the questions. We need to, I remember when we first started our trainings, we had usually a 30% women participation in supply chain. That's gone up to 45% with our focus there. Again, we need to bring gender as a focus, encourage youth and women, in addition to all youth across, and especially women, give them those chances as well. Okay. I'll wait till we have about 50 or 60% responses, and then we'll start sharing the results. Already what I can see is that the spread of enrollments is from across all regions, which is wonderful. That's really good. Southeast is less represented. Almost everybody from the Ministry of Health or government agencies, some from academia or students. And we specifically targeted you all to attend. Different mix. Okay, we had 43%. We'll wait a little bit longer. Mostly youth, which is great, and that's what we'd like to see, that how we can build your capacity, and as you are many students as well, to see how we can help you position your trajectory and be so that you are clear with what is needed going forward. All right, you can pause it at 50%, please. All right. Can you see the screen in terms of the responses? Let me just confirm. I know I can. And I'll just scroll. All right. So as you can see, all regions well represented, Southeast a bit less. So that's something with these results, I'm also looking out to PVAC and our colleagues to make sure that we encourage more participation in the Southeast. Which stakeholder group best describes you? We see that 94% Ministry of Health or government agency. Okay. Um, so this particular webinar is focused there, and what we'll do is, again, a reference to PVAC and my colleagues. We then, the next webinar targets industry plus plus. It's not exclusive. Anyone can attend all of these. We target industry, we target implementing partners, and we broaden it as well to get participation from across all segments. Which focus area? Public health systems. Public health and health systems is where most of the people are from. But they're also focused on regulatory regulations, some industry. Several students and early career professionals are still exploring. Currently, students, about 32% of you are currently students. And the others have zero, majority of you, 2/3 of you have 0 to 5 years experience. Perfect time to position your and understand. I would suggest reach out to several of the people here. Reach out to me, reach out to PVAC leadership, reach out to your leadership in your organization. The more you listen to what they have done, the more you will learn. We've also brought on in, you'll see them in the next few slides, the CEOs of manufacturers, both in Nigeria and globally, as adjunct faculty. So we will have sessions with how did, for example, Sammy become the CEO of Codex? He was just a regular student like you many years ago. Okay. How did Patrick Ajar from May & Baker, how did he move from being a student all the way to a CEO of a publicly listed company of May & Baker? So these stories are for you to guide you to grow as well. Many of you, but in terms of familiarity with the academy across the board, some knew about it and some did not. And all right, let me just stop sharing and let's move to the next slide. Were you able to, let me just clarify, can we go to the next slide, please? Yeah, there you go. Were you able to see the result, share the result, see the results or when I was speaking or not?
I was able to say.
Okay, can someone just type in the chat? I know maybe us speakers could, but I just want to make sure that all the audience could as well. Could someone just type in the chat as the audience, you could see the poll results as well. And IT team, the poll keeps popping up again on my screen. So if you could make sure it doesn't do that. All right, good. Everybody could see. Wonderful. All right, my pleasure to introduce you to, I mean, for me, everyone's young, a young and incredibly competent individual who has impressed me. And I've had a lot of interaction with Mohammed over the past year. And he brings the PVAC point of view. And he has emphasized again and again what we need to do to advance pharmaceutical manufacturing and youth and talent for Nigeria. With that, Mohammed, I give you the floor, please. And I request the team to spotlight Mohammed and remove the screen. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Prof. And hello, everybody. Good to see a very dynamic participants on the call, and especially people within our age bracket. It's great. And this is what we need to do. We need to take the space. We need to, just like Prof had said, positions ourselves here. So as presented earlier, I am Mohammed Balaribe. I lead ecosystem enablement work at the Presidential Initiative for Unlocking the Healthcare Value Chain, PVAC. And one of the things we do there includes workforce development. So ensuring there's a competent and highly skilled workforce for the Nigerian pharmaceutical manufacturing sector. So both regulatory, and as well as manufacturing and supply chain skills and beyond. So that's me, that's where I work, that's what we do. Just to stop for a bit here, Prof, would you like me to take on the item on the agenda for me, or just an introduction?
Yes, yes. No, please. The floor is yours.
All right. No, thank you very much. So I would just take the next couple of minutes to talk to you about, the work that PVAC is doing and why building a competent workforce or workforce development in this sector is important, and it's a priority for the Nigerian government at the moment. So PVAC was established, as part of the Nigeria's Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative to unlock healthcare value chain. And the priorities for PVAC, or mandates for PVAC by the President, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is to first catalyze or increase local manufacturing of healthcare commodities in Nigeria. So currently Nigeria imports a significant, arguably around 60% of its healthcare commodities on average. We want to reverse that numbers. Nigeria should be health secure in terms of commodities. But beyond that, the health sector is also an important sector to create jobs. So when you catalyze local manufacturing, you're expanding factories, you are catalyzing the commissioning of new factories, and what will happen across the value chain is creation of jobs and investments into the sector. And the last and very important mandate or priority for PVAC is to develop, research capability, but also the supply chain for these health commodities in Nigeria. Now, to do all this, you would agree with me that it's very important to focus on the bedrock of building any industry. So you can have all the machines you need, you could have all the policies you would put in place, you could have all the resources. But without the workforce, without a competent and highly skilled workforce to drive those machines, to implement those policies, to drive the system, you're essentially not going to be successful. This is why workforce development is a priority for PVAC. And very most happy to mention, and we're always proud to mention this anywhere we go, is to highlight the partnership that PVAC has with Empower School of Health, which is a renowned, globally renowned skilling organization, in various elements of the supply chain, manufacturing and regulatory sciences. We've done that, and what we have as an output of that is the Empower Academy Nigeria. What this academy would do, and you would hear, from other speakers as well, is to ensure that we are skilling, we are ensuring that the thousands of graduates that come out of STEM courses across the country, but also practicing practitioners, also have the ability to upskill, to learn new skills, to ensure that they are able to key into the manufacturing agenda in Nigeria. So this is the priority, and as a phased approach, we have launched the virtual learning platform, which would be discussed extensively today. And we are excited to see that thousands of Nigerians already trooping in on that platform to take those courses. We encourage you to encourage others, 1 to 10 to tell 10 people, 10 people to tell others. We want as many people as possible to be aware of this opportunity. What you would find is that these courses are courses that are paid for, courses that are expensive, but this is a priority for the government and a priority for Nigeria, and we've made these courses to be available, for the next 2 years for Nigerians. So some of the certificate courses are there, but also other advanced courses are there, on scholarships as well. So we encourage Nigerians to take advantage of this and ensure that we are building a very competent workforce that would support Nigeria's ambition to increase, local manufacturing for healthcare commodities. And we want to, by the year 2030, see Nigeria being able to manufacture the majority. So the target is 70% of all healthcare commodities consumed in Nigeria to be manufactured in Nigeria by Nigerians. The only way to do that is to have a very competent, highly skilled workforce that are ready to move. So see this, as an analogy. Once you have individuals leaving academic institutions, universities, polytechnic, are then ready and able to go into manufacturing facilities and work, but also people that are in the regulatory space are able to be more competent in their jobs, but also in the supply chain as well. So thank you for being here, and on behalf of the National Coordinator of PVAC, Dr. Abdul Mukhtar, thank you for coming here, and we encourage you to encourage yourselves and others. And we're tracking performances, on that platform. We're eager to see one person that would take all 40 courses and would finish them in record time. Thank you very much, and I look forward to an interesting event today, and happy to be here. Over.
Thank you, Mohammed. Eloquent as ever, and thank you for those remarks, and please pass our regards on to the National Coordinator. I should have highlighted earlier, but you can see in all the different partners and logos up there, PVAC, the World Bank. And as Mohammed said, all these courses have been pre-funded by the World Bank already. So we thank the World Bank on one side, and at the same time encourage more and more participation. It's not based on number of students or enrollments or number of courses. You can take as many courses and as many people. It's open for everybody, okay? Next slide, please. Let me make a quick introduction and requesting the speakers for their quick short points. And you will also see who are the best or the fastest, best performers on the platform as well, to encourage everyone. We all love a little bit of a race and a bit of competition, so it's always fun. And you'll see that when Ankit makes a presentation. Next. Next. Oh, it's me. All right, you can go to the slides. I'll actually go through them very quickly. Go ahead. So this is really what we're about. We are helping you and Nigeria reach those targets that Mohammed talked about, enabler and accelerator through basically workforce talent for industry, regulatory, and academia. And we only focus on, like the word empower, empowering individuals and institutions. That's what we do. It's capacity. Next. End-to-end. So right now what you're seeing is a digital platform, but we also want you to know, as part of the plan with the minister and with PVAC, the digital, you'll only get so far. Our next step, which we're in the process of already designing and working, is how do you get hands-on experience, which means you're working with equipment, you're working with tableting machines, you're working with packaging machines, and we'll be setting these up in different centers across Nigeria. And this was something that the minister highlighted. Don't just focus where the industry is today, focus where Nigerians are present. And that's what we're doing. So it'll be across all the regions and all the zones. Next. This gives you an idea of the kinds of machines that we will be installing and the experiences that you would be getting. To get hands-on experience, you must have completed the online content as well, which is where we've started right now as step one. Next. And what we do is we simulate an environment that looks and feels like industry. So when you actually go into a company, when you go into a regulatory environment, you would already feel, and you would have done the activities, you would have gowned, you would have changed, you would have done the production and manufacturing, so that you are ready to be hired, ready to hit the ground running, and industry will come calling for you, as opposed to you sending out jobs and waiting and hoping someone will hire you. Next. Empower various partners we have globally and across Africa. And that's the experience we're bringing to the Academy. From the global level, it's UN agencies, it's the International Federation of Pharmaceutical, FIP basically. We've got long-term partnerships with World Bank and various other UN agencies. Continentally, Africa, CDC, UNECA, and WAHO. But in Nigeria, and that's where I want to focus, these are currently established partnerships, and we're adding more and more. So you know PVAC, you know Africa Resource Center, the Center of Excellence. There's NASENI, you'll hear from them, KIRCT, NAIP, HSCL, and several others work in progress. PMG MAN, the industry powerhouse association, PCN, University of Abuja, and more to come. Okay, so encourage other partnerships to please join us so we can work with you, learn from you as we establish and expand this initiative. Next. I'll skip this for now because all of this you all know, and I want to focus on the rest of the speakers. Next. Next. So this is important. It's all the courses that you're doing will be in 6 broad categories. Pharmaceutical management, which includes, there will be business courses as well. People are just thinking from a science point of view, but how do you understand markets? How do you understand competition? How do you understand mapping and all the other elements? Pharmaceutical management is a key part. Manufacturing, technical, regulatory, GXP, validation, supply chain, and there'll be soft skills as well, which are mostly provided hands-on as well. So all the various courses, and we keep adding. Right now there's 40. The idea is to make that 200 plus courses. We'll keep adding more. Next. I won't go through them, but these are the 40 that we have, more to come. Next. And we have an individual who's already reached 30, all right, so which is great. And we just launched a few months back, which is fantastic. These are some of our international faculty members. And I especially want to call out our late Professor Andy Baraklov, who was a mentor to me, and I've known him, we had worked together for more than 20 or 30 years. Many of you who've enrolled in any Empower course, you would hear his voice, his sound. An incredible human being. He wasn't just a professor of public health and supply chain, he was also a Buddhist monk, and he balanced those 2 lives incredibly well. So a great human being, and at the same time, a great teacher as well. Andy, we still remember you, and I'm sure many of the people here are thinking of you as well. And then we have former heads of regulatory, Kate, former head of Uganda National Drug Authority, Sami, CEO. So if you look at from Nigeria, we've got Sami, who's the CEO of Codex. Guys, please add their former designation as well, or what they're currently doing. They're adjunct faculty, but make sure that we include CEO of Codex or Patrick Aja, misspelt again, CEO of Mayan Baker, and Azuka Okeke, who's the CEO of Africa Resource Center. So global and Nigerian speakers and faculty are part of this, and this is just part of the list. We have another 20 more faculty members that are helping co-design and develop courses for you. Next. My pleasure to introduce you to our esteemed partner. I was so impressed when I went to visit NASENI, what they've done, what they've created, the very dynamic team. So with that, Binta, the floor is yours. I love your background. You bring computer science into this. We're not just about pharmacists and chemists. We bring diversity. So over to you, and request you to just have really targeted comments, and let's save time for Q&A. Over. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, that's fine. Thank you very much, Prof. And thank you for having me on this program. Good day, distinguished participants and members of Empower Academy Nigeria. It's a privilege to speak on this platform today in my capacity as the team lead of NASENI Trauma Project, which is my name is Binta. This is an initiative of the National Agency for Science and Engineering Infrastructure, NASENI, under the visionary leadership of the Executive Vice Chairman, Mr. Khalil Suleiman. This NASENI Trauma Project is in alignment with the Renewed Hope Agenda of the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's Renewed Hope Agenda. The EVC's vision is to transform NASENI into a hub of innovation where you have your industrial growth and anchored in a 3C concept. Our concept here in NASENI is to create a project, collaborate with other partners, and commercialize our products. As a project team lead, we are collaborating with Neseni Tromet Limited, which is a strategic public-private partnership. It's not just government, we are collaborating with other private partnerships. That was how we came about having Neseni Tromet Limited, and we're here to commercialize products made in Nigeria. Practically, we are into 100% production of rapid test kits, diagnostic rapid test kits. So you may wonder, I know most people here are familiar with what I'm saying. Rapid diagnostic test kits are simple medical devices which we use to detect the presence of diseases or infections in the body, usually within 10 to 30 minutes, without needing a full laboratory setup. So this presentation, I'm going to highlight 3 key areas, which is the evolving demand of Nigeria's healthcare sector, the importance of collaboration between the academia, industry, and frontline healthcare workers, and the critical role Empower Academy Nigeria can play in developing industry-ready healthcare leaders who will shape the future of our healthcare system in Nigeria. In the evolving demands of Nigeria's healthcare system, we've undergone a lot of transformation due to the increase in population. This is actually placing pressure on our healthcare system. We've had emergence of diseases in the last 20 years. We have a lot of outbreaks. We've had Ebola, we've had COVID, we've had cholera, and a host of others. Malaria is a major public health challenge in Africa, and we can all attest to this. Emphasizing the need to tackle this challenge, WHO African region has requested accessible and reliable diagnostic test tools, such as the rapid diagnostic test kits. So all of this, we need local production. We need to manufacture them locally using medical technologies. Neseni Tromet is passionate, committed. We're here making history with the establishment of Nigeria's first ever rapid diagnostic test kit production factory. This factory is located here in Abuja, is in Idu Industrial Area. It's there, it's on ground. This initiative was built to improve disease diagnosis and management, making everybody prepare, because, okay, like when we had COVID, we're actually not prepared. But once we have an outbreak, Neseni Tromet can quickly get into action and try to see how we can curtail these pandemics, reducing dependency on global supply chain, and the products will be affordable and accessible. We don't need to wait for importation and all the hustles with getting some of those. So this Neseni Tromet is also meant to create employment opportunities to stimulate economic growth, reduce dependency on imported medical devices, and attract both local and foreign investment into Nigeria's healthcare system. These products are not just going to be made available for Nigerians. The dream is to send it across to other African countries. So presently, we are actively working with NAFDAC to get some of our products in the market, which amongst them are for malaria rapid test kits, the HIV rapid test kits, monkeypox, and a host of others. As our population is growing, there's need to have more solutions to all of these challenges. We can collaborate with partners. We can engage skilled and frontline professionals, strong leadership within the healthcare ecosystem. So we need to grow within this collaboration. That's the idea. We need to grow. We need to do it locally. We don't need to import it. We need to do it our own selves. That is why Neseni is passionate about integrating technology, science, engineering, and the healthcare systems. Hence, the need to collaborate with the academia, industry, frontline professionals, pharmacists, doctors, laboratory health workers, to translate research into practical healthcare solutions to solve real-life problems. It is a tie. This project is a tie. We can't do it alone. This is for real. We can do it with academia. Yes, the industry can do it, and the frontline professionals can do it. The roles the academia play, they provide research and knowledge, train healthcare professionals. We are the industry. We already collaborated. We already having our local manufacturing. We have our products, we have our solutions, we have research, but it's not enough. We need the frontline professionals to provide real-world healthcare insights and medical needs. This collaboration surely will bridge the gap between research and real-world healthcare solutions. This is where Empower Academy comes into play a critical role in preparing the next generation of healthcare leaders by combining practical medical training, exposure to modern diagnostic technologies, leadership development, and industrial collaboration to meet the evolving need of healthcare sectors. These needs cannot be overemphasized. We need to do it. So NASENI is welcoming collaboration with universities, research institutions, healthcare providers, laboratories, innovation hubs, and technical training institutions like Empower Academy Nigeria. Nigeria's healthcare future depends on innovation, collaboration, capacity building, through partnerships between the academia, the industry, and healthcare professionals. And with initiatives like Empower, as I said earlier, we can do it. We can develop the next generation of industry-ready healthcare leaders who will lead healthcare transformation, innovation, and sustainable development in Nigeria. Without taking too much of your time, I need to conclude on this. NASENI TRAUMET Limited is a proof. It's a living proof. I'm the team lead of the project, and I must appreciate my coordinator, Dr. Chika. I must appreciate the executive vice chairman of NASENI, Mr. Khalil Suleiman, and the Renewed Hope Agenda. This is a proof that Nigeria has the capacity to develop, produce, and sustain a world-class healthcare solution. It is more than just a factory. NASENI TRAUMET is more than just a factory. It's a movement towards self-reliance, economic growth, and better healthcare, not for anybody else, but for Nigerians. So I implore everybody here to please take Empower Academy serious. Take it serious and take something out of it. Thank you. So thank you, Prof.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you so much for that. That's excellent. I would, you said so many things, but I just want everyone to pick this up. One main thing is the nexus that NASENI is between academia and industry, and you sit in the middle with innovation, with creating those the workforce, bringing in R&D, doing your formulation and development, and then taking the product out. And now, as you mentioned, you've also invested in and partnered with rapid diagnostic tests manufacturing. And in fact, there are now stories of Nigerians exporting their products, not just for Nigeria, but even exporting. So reaching that quality and level as well. So thank you so much,
Yes.
Binta, and we move on.
Yes, please, I need to correct this. We are not exporting at the moment. We have our factory ready 100%.
Yes.
And we're working with NAFDAC to get all our products safe.
I didn't mean you're exporting. I mean, there are other Nigerian companies who are exporting. And so I wanted the colleagues over here to know that Nigeria is ready not only for their own markets, but ready to export as the largest African country on the continent.
Yes.
Thank you. All right, wonderful. Next slide and next speaker, please. Wonderful. So here we have Dr. Ashiru Adamu Abubakar. You're welcome, sir. Public health leader with over 15 years of experience in clinical practice, government engagement, project management, and health systems. And he comes from the SWOP side. Okay, so he's the lead for SWOP Coordination Office in Nigeria. I'm sure all of you know what SWOP stands for. For those who don't, it's a sector-wide approach which came out a few decades back, and many countries have started to do that, which is critical because normally there are so many vertical programs, and what SWOP, or the sector-wide approach, does is if you're working in health, let's do it in a coordinated way with a national strategy in place. And so Nigeria is one of the countries that has managed to design, develop it, and work through SWOP. So absolutely a critical program. And he's also wonderfully a Mandela Washington Fellowship leader. So a youth leader from the past. And so you've got future leaders in front of you, Ashiru. I give you the floor. And please, 5 minutes would be fantastic. Thank you. Over.
Thank you so much, Prof. And thank you so much, everyone, Empower Academy, NASENI, and all others for bringing us together. And my constituency, the National Health Fellows, I can't say thank you enough for all that you've been doing. I think I'll try to use less than 5 minutes, and that's because especially for the second cohort. Incidentally, Prof, they came in a week after the minister made that declaration that they will be automatic first set of the Empower Academy Nigeria. And so in our welcome, while welcoming them at the beginning of their physical training in Abuja, we already had brought this out to them, what this means. But just for the benefit of others, my colleague Mohammed Rabi had started, of course, talking about PVAC, where it stands. But I think for us as custodians of the reform in Nigeria, is to know that we're driving the Nigerian Health Sector Renewal Investment Initiative has two major components: the Basic Healthcare Provision Program and the Nigerian Healthcare Industrialization Program, under which, for example, this work sort of lies. And then, of course, we've mentioned to you that to translate the initiative, we have the Health Sector Strategic Blueprint, whose central goal is to save lives, reduce both physical and financial pain, and produce health for all Nigerians. And the blueprint is hinged on four important pillars of effective governance, equitable, effective and quality healthcare delivery, unlocking the healthcare value chain, and strengthening the country's health security. And of course, three important enablers of data digitization, optimizing efficiency of spend, and building culture and talent. This important piece of work of catalyzing and bringing you to take these courses fits into both grooming you to be better leaders, so the effective leadership and governance, but also strengthening the service delivery bit, because you need those commodities and what have you to make sure that they are available. But importantly, the third pillar of unlocking the healthcare value chain, where a lot of movement has happened in terms of local manufacturing, as Rabiu mentioned. And of course, we are seeing genuine progress and interest of manufacturers across the world coming to say, we want to set up in Nigeria. But you can't set up if you don't have the manpower to power these industries when they come in. And then, of course, when you now look at the health security, once we now begin to have domestic production, we know issues of pandemics and what have you. By the time we now are self-sufficient for what we produce in terms of our medications, that helps to build better and more resilient health system. But then importantly, I mentioned that the National Health Fellowship Program speaks largely to the third pillar, that building culture and talent. And one thing that the minister had promised you, and of course, Mr. President, is an opportunity to be competitive, to have world-class access to materials, lecturers, and to build your capacity so that in a way that you will continue to be competitive and you will drive innovation by yourself with nobody's aid. And Prof, for the National Health Fellowship Program, the minister conceived that first, we want to make sure it's merit-based, because he completely understood that talent is uniformly distributed across the country. What is skewedly distributed are the capacity, the opportunities. The National Health Fellowship Program gives you the opportunity, and the minister keeps asking you, if you are given opportunity, what do you do with it? You grab it, you take it, you move with it. With the leadership, training, capacity, mentoring that you get from the fellowship, and then now layering, for example, there's another nexus of the conversation, another frontier of the conversation in terms of building you and equipping you with manufacturing capabilities and what have you. We are effectively invested in you so that you will be a better person, you'll be better managers, and you will continue to drive your progress with or without anybody's intervention. We are providing this. The minister is quite generous to say that because we know we selected the best for the National Health Fellowship from all the 774 local governments. And so we want to assume that by the time you go through this, take all the 40 courses, you will be in a trajectory that you will eventually might be employer of labor, not waiting to be employed. And so I want to urge you, in the words of the minister, if an opportunity is given to you, you grab it, you take it, you run away with it. This is your opportunity. This is your time to make this happen. And this is your time to make our country proud. So I will just pause here and we'll be happy to take questions if there are.
Yeah, Ashiru, thank you very much. Very eloquently spoken, and thank you for highlighting building future leadership as well. Okay, and the mission of the ministry and the minister. With that, and we'll save the Q&A for the end. We'll definitely make time for that. Next slide, please, or next speaker. Okay, and you'll see why this gentleman has been invited to speak today. We talked about National Health Fellows. Mr. Hamisu Ibrahim Bala is a National Health Fellow, educator and public health advocate. Again, requesting you to come speak about youth empowerment, community health, and we'll be sharing your achievements later on as well. Ankit will be in his presentation. So request for a quick 2-minute encouragement. Oh, I love the blues. Thank you. You're my favorite blue color individual. Right now, we had seen all the other ones. Love it. Thank you. Over to you, Hamisu.
Thank you, Prof. Thank you, Prof. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Hamisu Ibrahim Bala, and it is a privilege to be here today. I would like to sincerely thank the Empower team for creating a platform that promotes learning, collaboration, and professional development within the pharmaceutical sector. First things first, I would like to express my appreciation to His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu for his leadership and commitment to strengthening Nigeria's healthcare system. My gratitude also goes to the Honorable Minister of Health and Social Welfare, Professor Muhammad Ali Pate, for his continuous effort in advancing health sector reforms, as well as the National Health Fellow Lead, Dr. Ashiru Adamu Abubakar, for guiding initiatives that empower young professionals in the health sector. When I joined Empower Academy Nigeria, I was simply looking for an opportunity to expand my knowledge and remain connected to developments in the pharmaceutical field. However, what I found was more than an online learning platform. It is a vibrant community that encourages growth, collaboration, and continuous improvement. The learning modules are practical, well-structured, and highly relevant to the realities of the pharmaceutical and healthcare industries. They simplify complex topics and help translate knowledge into practical skills that can be applied in real-world situations. Another valuable aspect of the platform is the opportunity to network with other leaders and professionals, exchanging ideas with people who share similar interests, broadens perspective and encourages meaningful discussions about the future of the pharmaceutical workforce. Overall, the experience has strengthened my knowledge and provided practical insights that I can apply in my professional journey. To my fellow learners, I encourage you to stay curious, remain consistent, and fully engaged with the opportunities this platform provides. Empower Academy Nigeria is not just about completing courses. It is about building capacity, strengthening the pharmaceutical workforce, and preparing ourselves to make meaningful contributions to healthcare and our society. Thank you very much.
Amisu, excellent. Thank you so much. And we will do your promotion and PR work for you in a few minutes as well. All right, next slide, please, for the achievements you've gained. So, Ankit, let me introduce you to Ankit. I've been working with him for several years now. He's been a key part of our team and comes from the industry, e-learning, digital learning, and learning design sector. Spent time in the private sector, and for the last several years, he's been working with us, working with UN agencies, WHO, ministries of health, and has led the design and development of the PVAC Academy Nigeria. So, Ankit, it's a pleasure to introduce you, but I'm going to steal your first slide if you don't mind. So if you can put that on, I'm really happy to see the results that we have achieved in Nigeria in a very short time. Next slide, please. Go on. Yeah, there you go. Okay. As you can see, soon, look at the number of enrollments and look at the curve. And you can see that what we did the beta right towards the end of January. We did the beta launch. We tried and tested. As with any technology, you always have to do a beta launch. You have to, so to speak, test the system. And you should expect bugs. And we did that. We fixed a few things. We got some feedback, and we keep improving. And then we did the launch and had the event. And as you can see, the sudden change in the curve, and we bent the curve, where we now have more than 2,000 registrations. And as excited as we are with this in a short time, I'm expecting that to get to 20 and then to 200,000. These are free courses. Please join. Okay. All right, Ankit, over to you.
Thank you, Professor Paul, and thank you everyone for joining today. As now we are talking about the accomplishments, I then request my colleague Shalini to continue this presentation, and then we will quickly walk through the platform. Next slide, please. Right. I would like to now emphasize the top performers who have been really supportive and also been enthusiastic in enrolling themselves into the courses, where Hamisu Ibrahim Bella comes first on the leaderboard, completing 30 courses, which is a big number out of 40. So good progress over there. Then we have Imam Ekpami from Ekwa Ibom. Then we have Ahmed Abubakar Zarami with 15 courses enrolled and progressed so far, completed and certificate generated. Then we have Pius Jacobs, who have completed 14 courses, and then Mercy Edinyang, who have completed 13 courses and have generated the certificate. So really have a good progress here, and I'm hoping that we see more numbers, more people coming from different regions, from different states, so that this progress gets continued. Next slide. Yes.
I'd like to just emphasize over here 2 points. One is that's Hamisu, that's 30 out of 40 courses. So the message to us is empower and PVAC, time to add more courses. Otherwise, these individuals are going to say, I'm already done. What's next? Okay. So the idea is to expand the inventory of courses. And the second message is I need to see encourage more women joining the top 5, right? So those are the 2 key messages. Over. Back to you.
Thank you. Next slide, please. Here, I would like to emphasize the users who have registered from 36 Nigerian states. And the good news is, as we can see, we have registration from all 36 Nigerian states. So that's really a good accomplishment. The top 5 performing Nigerian states include Lagos, from where we have 163 enrolled users who have made progress in more than at least in more than one course. Then we have Kano with 140 users. Then we have from Abuja with 96 users. Then we have from Oyo 84, and then from Niger 77. So really a good progress, but as Professor Paul also highlighted, we really need to bring in more attention towards Southwest and Southeast region where we have less number, and we'll make extra efforts to make sure that we bring in more people from the regions to enroll into the courses and make some progress in that context. Then now in the next few minutes, I'll walk you through the Empower Academy Nigeria digital platform, which has been developed in partnerships with PVEC to strengthen Nigeria's pharmaceutical manufacturing healthcare workforce. During this session, I'll show you how to register on the platform, navigate through the dashboard, enroll into the courses, track your progress, earn certificates, and access the network and industry map and other key features, unique features that are being provided on the platform. So to start with, let's watch a video, and then we'll jump into the homepage of the platform. I request my colleague Isha to share the screen and play the video, please.
While we're waiting for that, I just wanted to mention, and I'm putting this in the chat, I know we have, from a timing point of view, we are running a little bit late. But for those who can stay,
of the Empower Digital Academy.
For those who need to drop off, we understand we have the recording that we'll share with you. You'll be able to access it. And for the others, we request if you could stay a bit longer so we can complete the session. All right. Thank you so much. Back to you, Ankit.
Nigeria's premier digital learning platform in partnership with the Presidential Initiative for Unlocking the Healthcare Value Chain, PVAC. The Academy has been designed exclusively to elevate pharmaceutical manufacturing excellence and accelerate your professional growth.
Thank you everyone for watching. Let's move to the homepage now. We will share this video along with the user manual for your easy reference in future, and you can refer this video as and when you require any support. But let's move to the live demonstration of the website.
Ankit, as you're getting ready, I would suggest again, focus on the key elements, and then I know we have a very detailed manual and a process for them if they are struggling, and of course they can reach out to us anytime. Right? So
Yes.
let's continue.
Yes. Thank you. Here we are on the Empower Academy Nigeria homepage, the platform that has been designed as a national digital learning hub for professionals. On this homepage, you can explore course categories, you can learn about the academy, you can access the industry map, you can access the network to connect with the other health professionals and your colleagues. You can see the faculty, both from global and Nigerian expertise. Then we have a partners tab where you can see the collaborators for this initiative. There'll be sections where we'll be focusing on the content. I would like my colleague to jump into the learning center where we'll see the different course categories broadly under 6 sections, which includes pharmaceutical management, pharmaceutical manufacturing, regulatory, GXP, validation, supply chain management. Now, you can scroll through the courses available on the platform, and to enroll into any of the course, you have to first register yourself. Now, let's see how to register. There is a login option on the top right corner. You have, for the first time users, you have to click on button create new account. You have to enter your details, name, email address, your professional details, including learner category. And then once registered, you click on register button and you'll receive a confirmation email, and then you can immediately log in. And for the repeated users, you have to simply click on login, enter your login password, and you'll be directed to your dashboard. Once you log in, you'll have an option to dashboard. On the top right, you'll have a button to click on the dashboard. And you can see all the courses that you have enrolled in, your learning progress. Here, all the courses that you have enrolled in, you can see your progress in terms of percentage. You can see the courses which you have completed with the certification marked as 100%. And then you can also see the recommended courses based on your profile. The dashboard will help you track your development and stay engaged with ongoing learning activities. Now, let's see how we enroll into the course. Let's get into a course. We are going through the learner category. Let's click on the explore button for whichever course that you want to explore. Read about the course, the brief overview. Click on enroll now button. As we all know, these courses are free for Nigerians, but you can also see the value of the course which is being offered in the global segment. Now, for Nigerians, we have a special coupon available that you have to copy and paste in the specific scholarship section, and just click on select payment type, and you will be directly enrolled in. Now, each course includes short video modules, have learning materials in the form of resources, references, and documents, and then you have assessments followed by the certificate. Now you click on the course that you are interested in, enroll, and then these slides will appear. You enter the section and you will be directed to the learning content. Here in this case, it's a video. You watch the video. Just scroll down. Yes. You can play with audio. You can interact with the screens to know more details. These content are have been developed keeping in mind that these contents are all engaging and interactive for the users. You can move to the next screens by click next and backward button. You complete your learning. You can also jump into the resources section, see what all learning materials are available. Click on it, you will be directed to the respective links that are being referred as a reading material for your reference. And once you complete all these learning materials, you can exit activity and you can see other supporting reference documents available along with the learning content that are being specially provided in keeping in context, keeping the Nigerian context in mind. We have provided the reference guidelines from the local government bodies and regulatories. Now, once you have gone through all these, you can attend the assessment. And once you have scored, the assessments have 70% scoring marks. Once you have achieved the scoring, you can generate the certificate, which will be digitally available for you, and you can easily download. You can share with your employers. You can also add this on your professional portfolio. This ensures that your learning is recognized and verifiable. This is the certificate sample that you'll receive. And we also have added a QR code that can be scanned at any point of time, and you can validate the authenticity of these certificates. Now let's move to the other unique features of the platform, which is network and industry map. For that, you have to go to the home page, click on the network section. For this network, it's a single sign-on. Once you have registered and enrolled into any of the course, you don't have to register again. You'll be directed to the network section where you will see the members list with whom you can connect. Connect with the professionals across the pharmaceutical ecosystem. You can identify the institutions involved in pharmaceutical manufacturing, and then you can collaborate with them to strengthen the healthcare value chain in Nigeria. Likewise, we have industry map section. Here we have co-developed this in collaboration with PMG-MAN. This industry map shows state-wise pharmaceutical manufacturing and research industries who are providing all the necessary strength towards the healthcare value chain in Nigeria. So as you can see, you click on any of the state and you'll see the list of industries and companies in that particular state. You can see these as you highlight, as you click on any state, it highlights and shows the countries. Now let's move to the faculty tab, where you can see the faculties who have participated and engaged and supported us in coming up with this world-class content. Also, within the Nigerian context, we have Nigerian health professionals and experts also supporting us in curating the content, especially for the Nigerian sector. We are continuously expanding this platform. There are two major upcoming features that are coming into the platform in the upcoming weeks and months, which will involve the community of practice. This will allow professionals to participate in knowledge discussions and peer learning. We'll add that in the network section. And then we are also bringing the job portal. This feature will connect the trained professionals with career opportunities in the healthcare and pharmaceutical sector. These features will definitely further strengthen the platform as a national workforce development ecosystem. Now, during your learning journey, at any point of time, if you come across any challenge, we have a help section. We have a FAQ section towards the bottom of the homepage or any of the screen in the footer. We have an FAQ sections where we have predefined questions and answers, responses, and support sections for your reference. If you ever need any assistance while using the platform, you can simply go through these questions, or you can reach out to us on the email ID and phone number provided in the footer. Our team is always available to assist you, and we are looking forward to strongly, we are looking forward for more engagements, more enrollment, and we strongly encourage all health professionals and national health fellows to explore these courses and begin their learning today. Thank you, and I will open the floor for the questions now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Ankit. Please type in, I request everyone to type in your questions in the chat, and we'll take the responses and even pass them around to the different speakers. Could I ask the IT team to spotlight all the speakers? And please, the speakers, go through the chat and see which questions are pertinent to you, and you can start to respond to them already. Okay. We can stop sharing this screen for the moment. Speakers, don't be shy, come online, and if you're still available. And gentlemen, please type in your questions. We still have 300 people. Is there an offline option for the study? Ankit, do you want to take that question, please?
Not at the moment, but yes, in the next phase, we are planning to have a launch of the mobile app, which will provide the feature of having the offline study. But in the web version, no, we do not have at the moment.
So actually, let me expand on that, because the question could mean two things. So one is to do these online. So we understand. So if you look at, many people struggle with Wi-Fi at home, especially, and they may not get a chance to do it at work. So what you could do, and we're planning for that, is you log in, download what you're going to study, and then you can study anytime offline. So that's part of the development process. In the next 3 months, it will be ready. But in addition, offline is also in terms of physical hands-on training. So that will, in 2026, we've already started preparing in partnership with PVAC for launching at least one, if not two centers, where people will hands-on work with equipment, tableting machines, especially tableting machines, and utilities, which is the water, HVAC, engineering, which is what industry needs. So the two most common requirements that we keep hearing about. So yes, there will be an offline option this year itself.
There's another question which asks if the Empower Academy open to all Nigerians or only selected persons. I would like to emphasize the Empower Academy is open to all Nigerians, and you can enroll into the courses, and you can not only the specific those, you don't have to be a pharma professional in that case. There are courses which are fundamental courses that will help you create interest in these areas, and then also gain more knowledge in sections like supply chain, quality management, and others.
Absolutely. Okay. Want to call out Kingsley. He's said hello to me. He's one of our MSc students based in Nigeria. Hi, Kingsley. Thanks for being here. So for those who, in addition to these short courses, are interested in doing a postgraduate diploma or a master's program online, which is not available in Nigeria or at your university, feel free to reach out to the team. And those courses are in partnership with the United Nations, UNITAR. Let the questions keep rolling.
There's another question from Odoma John, which says, is it okay to take all courses or just take by category instead of having all the 40 certificates? You have all the options. You can go courses by categories. You can go courses by the duration. We have different filter options. You can go courses by their duration. You can go courses by the preferred faculties. So there is no rule, or there is no specific forced learning that have been emphasized on the courses, but they have been categorized just for the professionals to emphasize and structure them. But you're open to enter into any course and happy to complete all 40 and gain all 40 certificates.
It's actually a very good and deep question. Let me add to that as well. And this is what we're in the process of doing. Again, in discussion with the ministry and academia, is about, and also Pharmacy Council of Nigeria. We talk about stacking. Okay, so what we're going to start doing is categorizing under each category. These are certificate courses. If you take a certain number of certificate courses in a particular domain, that'll become a professional certificate. You take a few more, it'll become a diploma. You add more to that, it would become a postgraduate diploma, and you add more to that, it would eventually become a master's degree. And so you are both studying, you're learning, you're working. You don't have to put your life on hold just to go back to university. So that's what we're in the process of doing, and we would be creating those segments and domains. There was a second point, but I'll come back to that later on. So if there's nothing else, should we just go ahead and conclude? Because I know people would, there are a few more questions. I would suggest a step-by-step detailed direction. There's a bunch of other questions coming in. Can Nasani look into R&D for RDT development towards screening for H? Do we still have Binta online?
Yes, I'm here.
There's a question. There's a question for you. If you can just take that one, and then I request the team to start responding to all of these offline.
Okay.
All right, just because of time, and then we can conclude. But I'll let you take that last question, Binta.
Okay. Can Nasani look into R&D for RTD
development? Yeah.
What meaning of HPV using blood? Yes, we already have HPV as part of our products, the RTD for HPV. I mentioned we have 26 on the pipeline. So HPV is part of it. Yes.
All right, wonderful. So let's move to the last. I think we have a concluding session with the poll as well. So let's quickly do that before people drop off. And we will respond to the other pending questions as well later on. Team? And while they're doing that, it's a suggestion. I would suggest a step-by-step detailed direction how to enroll. So please make sure that there's Ankit, there's even a little tab that says enrollment process for individuals as well. Okay. All right. So we've launched the post-webinar questions. First question, your gender. Next, how would you rate your understanding of the platform? After this session, anyway, I'll let you go through. Okay, let me not distract you, and then I'll start reading it when we're about 50% through. While we are waiting, Mohammed, our target, this is about 2,000 enrollments. We should hit 10,000. Let's say, where are we sitting in March 12th? Let's say latest by end of April. Let's make sure that there's a real strong outreach. And I really request, I mean, if each one of the individuals here recommend 5 of their colleagues, or you mentioned 1 to 10, you all have at least 10 friends that you're sitting next to, or 10 students or 10 colleagues. Please reach out to them. Okay, so automatically the 2,000 with 10 outreach becomes 20,000. Okay, in fact, it's times 10 times 10. It'll be a lot more than that. Okay, so by end of April, I would imagine we're easily at 10,000, and then we keep growing thereafter. Our target for the end of the year is 100,000. All right, we've hit over 100 participants. Let me start reading the results already, so you can all continue your day's plans. All right, so we have 36% women, 64% men. Usually, and this is a science area, what we need to also check is within the, Mohammed, do you know within the National Health Fellows, what's the gender split?
No, I'm not sure. Pressure is not here, unfortunately.
Okay, so that'll be good to know, but our target is always 50-50, okay? And what we've seen is we may often start off at 25-30% with women, and then we move towards that. So we need to do extra efforts to reach out to women. How would you rate your understanding of the platform? Significantly improved. And again, we will leave, as was recommended, a detailed enrollment process with a short video that you can actually follow instructions. After this session, how important do you believe workforce development initiatives like Empower Academy are? And again, I'd like to highlight, we are not, whatever we are doing, we entered an environment where there were several ongoing, really powerful initiatives by other partners. What we are doing is we are bringing our global expertise, global partnerships, continental partnerships into Nigeria, working with existing partners, and helping them expand. We'll be sitting with them in terms of approaches and methodologies. So yes, Empower Academy Nigeria, and what you'll see this year and next year is how we are working with all the local universities, polytechnics, centers of excellence, and others as well. Which action are you most likely to take after this webinar? Register on the Empower Academy. That's about 33%. I'm assuming the balance, about 70% have already registered. Okay. Explore available courses and learning pathways. And again, instruction to the team, create more clear learning pathways, and recommend platform. All right, recommend the platform to colleagues. I only got 69%. Sorry, that should have been 100%. Come on, guys, come on. Okay. Still evaluating, only 2%. Okay. Which platform feature interests you the most? Okay. The Learning Center and courses, great, 78%. Certifications and progress tracking, perfect. Networking, 60%. Industry map, 34%. The networking is super important. And the idea is that, let's say if you're in a particular city or state, you should be able to reach out to your colleagues there. You're traveling to another state for a conference, reach out to your other colleagues who've been part of this and grow together. Overall rating between excellent and good. Thank you very much. We're always looking to learn. Highly relevant, mostly. Would you be interested in future workshops, trainings, etc.? Yes, 97%. Wonderful. All right, great. Guys, thank you so much. We will have, the plan is to have either 1 or 2 sessions a month, different topics, different focus areas to help you grow. This was more about enrollment. Subsequent ones will focus on other elements as well. Okay. Speakers, did I forget anything important to mention besides thanking all of you for being here and being part of this? Are we good?
Nothing from my end. I think it's perfectly captured Congrats to the team.
Thank you, Prof.
Thank you so much, Prof, and thank you for such a great participation. I just want to emphasize is just a beginning of the series. We'll continue meeting you guys. We'll have more sessions where we'll keep on coming and emphasizing this important initiative, and also we'll set up separate query sessions in the upcoming weeks and months where we'll keep as and when you enter into the platform and faces new queries or come up with new ideas, we are always open to strengthen this further. So please do share us your thoughts, your ideas, your innovations that we would like to bring into the platform to strengthen it for you. Thank you.
Wonderful. Can I just ask now, ask everybody to share your screens and ask the IT team to remove us from the spotlight. I'd like to see everyone. We'll take photos and screen capture everyone. So fix your tie, fix your cap, fix your hat. I'll do the same. All right. And please switch on your cameras. There you go. Wonderful. Requesting for the team to do the screen captures of the individuals so we can promote you and promote the event for more and greater enrollment. I see my colleague and friend, Anne-Marie. Hi, Anne-Marie. All right, what happened here, team? Can you go back to everybody else's cameras? There we go. And for many of you who are fasting, thank you for doing that for the rest of us who aren't. Okay. All right. We had really good participation. Team, can I just ask how many people did we end up with in the end? Did we hit about 400?
More than 400, Prof.
Okay, excellent. So more than 400, 36% women, and almost all, I'd say 70, 80% youth with 0 to about 5 years of experience. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Have a beautiful day forward. All right. Take care. God bless.